In this third and final section on racecraft and passing, we're going to talk about etiquette, defensive driving, and general awareness on the track. This is vital information in regards to racecraft as it puts together everything we've discussed and separates the pros from the weekend drivers. Want to start a heated off-track debate? All you have to do is start a discussion about who has the rights to a particular corner as two cars enter it, the overtaking driver or the driver being overtaken. While there will always be differing opinions, adhering to the following guidelines should clear up most disagreements when it comes to road course racing. First, if an overtaking car is fully alongside a competitor, meaning wheel to wheel, at the braking point, the corner goes to the overtaking car. In this case, it is the obligation of the car that is being overtaken to surrender the corner and not turn into their competitor. Next, if for any reason the overtaking driver is not fully alongside of the driver being passed at the turn-in point, the corner does not belong to the driver who is attempting to overtake. In this case, it is the obligation of the overtaking driver to give the other competitor room and do everything possible not to create an incident. For oval track racing, the general guideline is that the driver being passed should not come down on the passer, if contact is likely, regardless of how much alongside the passer is. Although we've defined a few specific techniques to execute a pass, keep in mind that your opportunities to do so may not always be so neat and tidy. The reality is that once the green flag waves, you'll need to be flexible and try to seize every chance you can to get by a competitor. Whether it happens by your own execution or by taking advantage of their mistake, make the pass, safely and cleanly. It goes without saying that if you have a lead over a competitor, you want to hold that lead. There are two types of defensive driving to try to keep your lead. The first is strategic vehicle placement in order to place your competitor with a less than optimal position on track to execute a pass. The other is, quite simply, down and dirty blocking. An example of strategic vehicle placement shows a car driving down a straight on the opposite side of the normal line in order to force the competitor to the outside line going into the next corner. This method, while frustrating for the overtaking driver, is considered a reasonable strategy for defending your track position. An example of blocking shows the car driving down a straightaway using the mirrors to weave left and right, blocking any potential moves by the pursuer. This, above all else, is not considered good sportsmanship and will certainly draw the ire of your competitors. It is also against the iRacing sporting code. We've talked before about the importance of spatial awareness when you're out on track, but as you're in close proximity to other competitors during passing situations, it's even more important. As depth perception in the sim can be difficult, you need to be particularly aware as you overtake other cars. As an overtaking driver, make sure that you're cognizant of closing speeds, whether you're in a draft or simply approaching a slower driver. Additionally, we know that peripheral vision is limited in the sim, and as we're now adding other cars to the mix, it's easy to lose sight of our external reference points. This will be particularly apparent when you're drafting or when you have another competitor next to you in a braking zone. You'll need to pick up other cues, whether they be on the track surface or on the opposite side of the track. Regardless, train yourself to absorb as much data as possible so that you'll be able to make sound decisions about where your car is on the track and where you want it to be. In the sim, audio cues are helpful to ascertain what's going on around you. You'll be able to hear the engine noise of other competitors as they get close to you. Listen to variations in engine noise and use that as a cue to check your mirrors and take note of those around you. Additionally, make use of the spotter feature to gather more data about what's happening around your car to help keep you out of trouble. And finally, consider using the mic feature to talk with your other competitors. Keep in mind that this should be courteous, professional communication. It's not meant to distract or instigate. The concepts of racecraft really bring together the entire driving experience. It's truly the melding of the technical side with strategy, etiquette, and awareness. As with everything in racing, perfecting racecraft takes time, patience, and practice. Good luck out there.